Hi, welcome to Tinfoil Handkerchief Tarot, where the energy never lies and the ancestors got jokes. This channel is for entertainment purposes, though tarot and oracle cards are great tools for reflection, clarity, and confirmation. With collective messages, if something comes out that doesn't resonate with you, the overall read probably isn't for you, though there may be messages within that are. The way I read cards is more about self-reflection rather than prediction, so while you may find some helpful insight, think of it more as the potential to preemptively heal aspects within self. Please keep an open mind and honest perspective, and if you don't come in peace, please don't come at all. This is a general collective oracle message. All right, we've got Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. Moon, take note of intuitive messages. High Priestess, harness mystic power. And Sky Father, trust in the unknown. But it's cool because Magic Guardian, High Priestess, and Sky Father, they all have, she's got wings. There's wings in here. There's a bird here. So I think that's pretty cool. And then the moon shows different moon phases with it. I feel like it's got a very solar plexus vibe to it. And it's all about your internal energy, like your personal power. Like, people hear the term magic and they think like magic as it would be portrayed on TV, but I interpret this more as the magic within, the power within, right? And with that, beside take note of intuitive messages, I think that there are a lot more people that are way more intuitive than they give themselves credit for, but they disregard those thoughts and feelings. On my other channel, I talked about the solar plexus chakra kind of being like trusting your gut, trusting your intuition. And I think that a lot of people have physical reactions to certain situations. They don't always take that seriously per se, but when you do trust your gut, that is like harnessing mystic power. It sounds a lot more woo-woo when you say it like that. However, both the Magic Guardian and the High Priestess in this reading, in between the moon, like the moon it's an intuitive card. It's about intuition. It's about perceptions, right? So when you have like a gut reaction to something, that's your body telling you, for example, something's not right here. Or even when you meet someone that you are interested in and you get like butterflies, it's the same kind of concept. Either way, it's your body telling you something, and it's a matter of, do you listen to that? And it's funny because Sky Father is trust in the unknown. So it's like, in the physical world, a lot of intuitive stuff often gets kind of brushed off as maybe not being as legit as people that understand energy and intuition would say that it is. So if you're going from a place where you don't really listen to what your body tells you when it comes to being in certain situations, you kind of have to trust the unknown. Either way, if you're not listening to what your body tells you, you're trusting the unknown because you're kind of limiting a level of detection within yourself. But if you're not used to following your intuition, it is also trusting the unknown to go, hey, this doesn't really feel right. I don't want to pursue that. You don't even need to say why, but there's something in you that detects that. I think of it in terms of like energy, healing aspects within self, right? You have internal energy and you have an internal vibration. And when you trust your gut, it's like a security alarm. It's like your own personal energetic filter, I think is a good way to put it. You can sense the energy and the vibrations within a certain situation, and your personal energy reacts to that a certain way. And that's good or bad things. Like I said, you can feel butterflies in your stomach, or you can feel sick to your stomach when it comes to the energy surrounding certain situations, depending on the situation that you're getting in, right? It's like when people say, oh, oh, I've got a bad feeling about that. That's your body telling you something. That's your intuition telling you something, right? But your body also tries to help you out in forms of detection for negative energy in bad situations, but also when it comes to good situations. Like, you hear the people that they go somewhere they've never gone before, and then they go meet like the love of their life or something, or they go find a best friend, or something great happens to them when they go there. Internally, they feel that pull to that place or that situation, and for whatever reason they go, and then something good happens. Just like there are a lot of people that they have a bad feeling of something and then they don't go, and then they're thankful later that they don't go because something happens. It's that kind of idea, right? So the moon, take note of intuitive messages, is really all just about listening to your intuition and trusting your gut, so to speak, right? So the magic guardian, unlock the magic within, is just the understanding that your internal vibration can act as an early detection system, again, of good or of bad, depending on the situation, but it can do both, right? And when you take note of those intuitive messages, it becomes stronger. You learn to trust it a lot better. And at first, that feels unknown. As your intuition proves itself right more often, it will become less unknown to you, if that makes sense. You will learn how your body reacts to certain things the more you listen to it. But a lot of people discount it as, oh, like I have a stomach ache this day, or I just have a headache, or something like that. But if you take note of the intuitive messages, you might actually see that, oh, certain situations make me sick to my stomach, or there are certain things that happen and then I get a really bad headache, kind of thing. So taking note of that will help you better understand what your body is trying to tell you and when it's trying to tell you something, right? And at first that's going to feel like trusting in the unknown. But as you build a better relationship with your body, and a lot of that comes with healing aspects within self. Again, on my other channel, I talk a lot about balancing aspects within self, and particularly with the chakras and the healthy flow of energy within the chakra system. So to me, this reading is basically just talking about that, right? Because the more aspects you heal within yourself, the better your intuition gets, because you don't have so much energetic dysfunction in other areas of your body. So once you heal a lot of those aspects within self, it's easier to discern what your body's trying to tell you when it's trying to tell you something. But once you heal those aspects within self and you're able to recognize when your body is sending you messages, when it's sending you messages, that becomes part of your personal auric field kind of thing. So although it feels like trusting in the unknown at first, it'll actually become a really good guide to help you navigate situations as you move forward, because you can't always rely on the opinions or advice from others. It's not necessarily the same situation for them that you would go through, right? And when you don't ask advice, it can feel like you're walking into the unknown. However, if you have a healthy vibrational flow of energy within your body and you have more balanced aspects within self, your gut becomes something that you can trust. In some cases, more than the opinions or advice of other people. I'm not saying never take the advice or opinions of other people. I'm just saying that sometimes people will offer advice and guidance based on how they would react to a situation. And if they're unhealed in certain aspects, they're going to be providing that insight from those unhealed aspects, right? So if you want to fully heal those aspects, there are adjustments that you're going to have to make based on their advice instead of just taking their advice fully, kind of thing. But I really think this is about your personal power, your energetic flow within your body. And again, I interpret this in terms of chakras, but I also work with balancing chakras, right? So to me, this is just the explanation of how to balance out your chakras. And especially when it comes to something like balancing your chakras, when you talk about balancing chakras, even if you're not talking about receiving intuitive guidance from your body, but even if you talk about something like chakras, it sounds weird to a lot of people. But when I was trying to heal aspects in myself, I actually found it to be very helpful. I had to get over the ways in which I didn't understand it. There are things that we don't always know, but there are things that we can feel even if we don't know. And that in itself is trusting in the unknown, but sometimes you can kind of like feel your way through, especially with listening to your body and how it reacts, because again, your body has internal energy and it detects other external energy, right? So I think this is cool. I think it's about realizing that you have power within yourself. But when I say power, it's like in terms of energy, right? You learn how to listen to how that energy reacts to certain things external to you. And as you do that, you become more aware of how to heal aspects within self and how to better guide yourself through and react to certain situations, or how you want to interact with certain situations, which is sort of harnessing that power in a way that's useful to you, right? And it does require trusting in the unknown to start. But as you heal those aspects within self and you start feeling better and you feel more vibrationally balanced, you will realize that your body is something that you can trust. Your intuition will strengthen up. You'll be able to discern a lot better, because that's another thing. I think intuition has a lot to do with discernment too, because sometimes if you're stressed or you're panicked or you just met someone, you're super in love, like there's good and bad things to everything, but sometimes we can sort of have like a narrow perspective of it. But when you trust in your intuition, you also learn discernment. So even if you get caught up in the moment, you're still better able to discern what's your feelings of being caught up in the moment rather than how you actually feel about a situation and what's actually happening. So either way, intuition and trusting your gut helps you harness that energy of balancing those aspects within self. Even if you may not understand it at first, as you heal more aspects within yourself, you'll trust yourself and your discernment a lot more, especially when it comes to handling certain situations and handling your reactions and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty cool. So that's what I've got for this reading. If you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to book any personal readings, check out my Etsy shop or join my Patreon, where there are multiple membership tiers to choose from. Or if you want to learn more about chakras and balancing aspects and internal energy within yourself, check out my other channel, Tinfoil Handkerchief Alignment. Until next time, keep the peace.